Hi, I'm Darryn Farrugia and welcome. A few lessons back, I showed you a groove that I called the funky bembe, which was based on a double paradiddle over triplets, and then we added that sneaky note at the end to turn it into a bembe hand pattern. Now, the bembe hand pattern, or the bembe bell pattern, is a bell pattern that originates from Africa. It's an Afro-Cuban rhythm. Now, if you haven't seen that video yet, I'm going to leave a link to that in the description below, and I suggest that you check that out before getting into this one. The funky bembe is a groove that's built on a triplet subdivision, and what I wanted to do is show you an approach to playing fills that are based on that bell pattern. And once you understand this concept, then you can apply it to other patterns. So what you heard me play at the start of this video was a series of fills whereby my right hand was playing that bembe rhythm and the left hand was filling in, and I was just orchestrating that right hand around the kit. So let's start first with that bembe pattern. I'm going to count this in triplets and I'll play it for you just on loop for a few bars so you can hear it. 1, 2, 3, 4. What I'm going to do now is reinstate the left hand. Basically, the left hand is pretty much filling in all of those missing notes. So we get this. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next step is to just take that right hand pattern and orchestrate that around the toms. Here's one bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me play an example of that groove going into that fill. I'll just do one bar of time, one bar of fill. So remember that the fill is the same right hand pattern, but I'm just orchestrating it around the drums. 1, 2, 3, 4. A really cool sounding thing that we could do with the left hand is to diddle some of those left hand strokes. Now what that means is just to turn those eighth notes on the snare drum within the triplet into doubled 16th notes. Here's an example of the sort of thing that I'm talking about. At this point, this is what we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now have a listen to this version. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've selected some of those notes on the left hand and I've just doubled them into 16th note doubles just to help fill it out, make it sound a little more interesting. So let's have a listen to this in context. I'm going to play 3 bars of time and then I'm going to play that fill using that diddle idea with the left hand. 1, 2, 3. Here's a little tip to help you transition into the fill from your time playing bar. So in the last bar that I play before I get into the fill, I leave off the very last ride cymbal note. That helps me get from the ride cymbal to the snare drum without having to kind of quickly rush, and it's just a lot easier to do. So what I'm doing in that bar is this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that you understand the concept, you don't necessarily have to stick to this bell pattern exclusively. We can just start to make up patterns and orchestrate those patterns using this same idea. So let me throw a couple of those at you. 1, 2, 3. Now that you understand this concept, then you can also apply it to different rhythms. For example, I'm going to play a groove that's based on a cascara right-hand pattern. The cascara rhythm is this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to play that rhythm on the ride cymbal. I'm just going to make up a groove based on that rhythm. And then I'm going to use that right hand to lead me into the fills using the same idea. The left hand's going to fill in and it's going to play some doubled notes within that just to fill it out. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. So there you go, that's an approach to playing fills when you're kind of locked into a pattern with the right hand. We're leading the right hand around the drums, the left hand is filling in. And as I said, you don't necessarily need to stick to specific bell patterns, but you can make up your own patterns. Be creative and have a lot of fun with it. I'm going to leave a link to the PDF that accompanies this lesson in the description below, so please be sure to check that out. Now, if you like this video, please give it the thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe and remember to hit that notification bell so that you know when I've uploaded a video, which is every week. And so until next week, have a great week. Happy practice. Enjoy this idea, and I'll see you all next week. Bye. Already it started. God, sometimes this can be very difficult, really difficult. And I'm sick. I'm not feeling well. Bloody thing.